welcome back to Ever So Sweetly. In today's video, I wanted to share the extra footage that I have of Alison Arngrim being our tour guide for our Big Sky Movie Ranch bus tour. I can never remember the order of those words. Anyways, it's a little choppy in places, but I really feel like she did such a fantastic job as our tour guide, and I have some cool footage of her explaining different things about the show and different things about what we were looking at. So I thought you may enjoy these bits and pieces. Again, it is a little bit choppy in a couple places, but I feel like overall you still get the gist of what she's saying, and it's really enjoyable. So I hope you enjoy watching. If you do, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe, and please leave a comment as well. That really helps me out. It helps grow my channel. So I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the video.
And as we say, hold on to your hats or your bonnets. It's true, it's not windy today. When we were filming, when it got to be like some early spring and fall, it was so windy. You've seen those episodes, and it's not like about a windstorm, but like you can tell people can barely walk across the street. It's like, what is happening? Because that's what it does in like Simi Valley in October. We came up, the 118 freeway didn't go anywhere. It kind of stopped about halfway here, and you just kind of went, I don't know where I am. And then you got a Tapa that was a dirt road, and this was the like Tapa road that we took up to the set, and then we go to Bennett. So much more is like paved and cleared than we were here. It was like a total disaster. It was like going to the middle of nowhere. You've all been warned about snakes? Yes, it is Mutual of Omaha's wild kingdom up here. We've had foxes, coyotes, mountain lions, snakes, tarantulas? Is tarantulas? Good. Yeah. Gopher holes you can fall in and break your ankle. It's kind of nuts. That's why they're so limiting about it. Apparently we are all getting off at the little house on the way down, so you're not totally like locked in the bus. But it's just so madly, insanely dangerous. I don't know how we did the show and we all survived. So we're going to try to keep you safe. And so will be off the bus for a very limited amount of time. And we'll keep an eye on you. I remember coming up here as a kid. There's like one little tiny little slide, Bennett. And it's like you didn't know where you were going. You just kept going and got horribly lost. And it was terrifying. Okay, there was a little rundown, but this is where the only phone was. There were no cell phones back then. So if there was an emergency up at the ranch, we had a guy for the fire department with a radio. But if there was an emergency, somebody had to drive all the way down to this house. Can I use the phone? And the landline. Is this bridge? This is terrifying. It actually is safe. This is the bridge. This is literally what we drove over when we came up here. I have no idea how he's fitting this bus onto this. Everybody suck it in. Suck it in. We barely got over this in the mornings in the 1970s. I have no idea how you got this bus over that bridge. It's not wide enough. And we would all park in that lot there, and then there'd be a van or a big truck, and well, several vans, and depending when you got there, which shift, a van would come down and you'd get in it and go up this road. And notice all the dust that is coming up behind us. Oh yeah, it was like that every morning. We were so filthy by the time we got home, between the dust we were shooting in and then the road. I'm like, it's awful, awful. It was disgusting. So messy. It's the messiest show ever in the world. All right, so the hill across from the little house is where baby Carrie fell down, yes. Who knows why baby Carrie fell down?
Those stupid flowers.
She's like, the stupid one. She's raising her. Yes, ma'am.
The shoes were on the wrong
Shoes. Baby Carrie, played by Robin and Rachel or Lindsay Sidney, depending on who you're asking. It's middle names, first names, it's all very complicated. They were little tiny things, and it's twins. And what they do, they switch them out when they're shooting, and one of them takes a nap and one of them works. So it was time to get a fresh twin to do the scene for the running down the hill. And they go change the twins, and their mother's like, what, where, what? Grabs the kid who's sleeping, here, put these shoes on. And she slaps her little shoes on her tiny little feet. She put her shoes on the wrong feet. The child doesn't know. What is she, 3? She's not going to say, hey, my left's on my right. She goes to run down the hill, and it's all gopher holes and plastic flowers woven into the real ones. And she has her shoes on the wrong feet, and she face plants hard. And if we thought it was funny, you can imagine how funny Michael Landon thought it was. And the whole crew, Michael went, that's hysterical. I was like, great, are you okay? Good. Okay, it's in. And it became a piece of history, and they kept it in the opening credits because it was just too darn funny. But we came up here for the 40th, and Charlotte's like, where's the street? I'm like, Charlotte, I don't know. I knew it was fake. Am I the only one who knew it was fake in the whole cast? I knew it was fake. I'd grown up on sets and stuff. I'm like, yeah, not real. Simi Valley, there's no water. We literally have, and people have found it, it's still rusting up here, the little pump on the Prairie. They seriously stenciled that on the side of the pump. And they had to bring in all the water and all the picing and create a whole system of irrigation to have the house on the Prairie! Pictures! Everybody take pictures! I love how we have like a big danger sign. That's probably good. Yeah, no smoking. This place go up like a box of tinder. Look at that tree! It's the tree! It's there. It's amazing. And then across the street, the hill, baby carrot fell down. Look at that. There it is. All that, the opening credits. See the 3 trees? There it is. It was all shot right there. That's why it's such a big deal. This is like all still here. But we shot a lot of stuff in other places. We shot things at other places. We went to Arizona for all the deserty scenes, saloons and things. The camp out. The Laura runs away and meets Ernest Borgnine on a mountain and he's God. That Ernest Borgnine is God episode. That was awesome.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Lord is my shepherd. But okay, Laura, clearly, if you've been to Minnesota and you know how flat it is, what did she cross 4 states to get to that mountain? There are no mountains like that. That's in Northern California. It's just gorgeous. The mountains up there and the big Stanislaus River and all that. We even shot in Box Canyon over in Chatsworth. We went all over the place. Disney's Ranch. What's Disney's Ranch? Golden Oak? Is it Golden Oak Ranch? When it rained, everything went into chaos. Look! It is the Edwards. Now wait, it's the Edwards, but it's also the Garveys, right? Yeah. Because we had that rotating. Wait, why were they never there at the same time? That's just one of those terrible Hollywood stories. No way. But yeah, that's where it was, and it looked like that. And so there was the creepy haunted thing where the guy had like the picture of his wife who was long gone. And then it was that widow lady that Charles was working for, and it was the blind school, and didn't Jesse James hide out there? This was the all-purpose gigantic house. And we could make it look really dingy and mess it up to be like the relic, the old hermit lives in, and then fix it up perfectly the next day with flowers so it looked totally kept up. It was amazing. And then you just shoot it from another angle. Oh, whose house is that? Oh, I have no idea. So the recycling, the endless recycling. Now, okay, see, I'm not making this up. This is the pump. You see, it's all red and rusted parts are missing. But there was a big lid on it, and I swear to you, in white lettering, it said "Little Pump on the Prairie." That is how nuts our crew was, that they would literally do that. And that was how they made all that water appear. It was amazing. I need water. Come on, I got to put in a stream. No, I need to put in this thing, and I need a pump, and I need the piping. And they said, we're not paying for that, because nobody believed the show was going to last. And he said, he said, rent it. Rent it. What are you going to run? 6 months? The show's going to be. So he said, fine, I'll rent it. So he calls him back, and he says, I took some bids. I found this tiny little company you've never heard of that will rent it to us for only this much a month. Meanwhile, he and Kent had bought all the equipment themselves and made up fake business cards or receipts for a non-existent company, who then rented the entire thing to NBC, who paid them every month for years and years. And Kent and Michael, that was like the card play and poker money, like, and they would cackle every time they cashed the check. And NBC didn't know. They like found out somewhere like in year 6, they were so mad. Oh, this was a typical Michael move. Oh, okay, here, pay, rent, yeah, pay me, thank you. And just pocketed that money every month. Oh, nice, it was nice. We're passing the post office, as are the snakes, who are apparently nailing something. Would you get out of the road? Look, he's just creeping. That is going down into his little creepy hole in the ground. I am freaking out. We have action with our rattlers. There you go. We're not making it up. We have rattlesnakes in all of Walnut Grove. Founded in 1840 by Lars Hansen. Was there really a Lars Hansen? I don't know. There's really a Lars Hansen. They made him up. But there is my Mercantile. We have real lace curtains on all the windows. Our furniture is all bought and not made. If I told you how much it cost, you would faint dead away. My father also at Mercantile says it's not polite to say what it costs, but it costs dear, let me tell you. I love how the little chairs. Didn't I sit there and when I was wooing the son of the pig farmer, we had our date right there, and I would sneak out to see him. So this is where the Mercantile was. This is where I spent my life. The upstairs bedroom thing we've seen we did not have a real very large building, and it was nicely shaded. We would sometimes hang out here when it got too hot. But remember, we had that terrible episode with, didn't we have anthrax and typhus, and we had how many plagues? There was so many plagues, but that was the one where Doc Baker burned this place to the ground. Yes, because it was all infectious, and somebody was always loading bags there and hurting themselves. Paul, Almanzo, all had a hell of a time loading bags, but you never saw anybody really ride up and buy stuff. Never. You just saw them loaded in and hurt their back. And I can take the subway and go to the store. So yeah, I think I got it. Why did Almanzo leave me there? He takes Laura and then he just bye. He doesn't say, "Are you good? Do you need a ride?" Or even pull me out of the mud. He just left me there. This is leaving a lady in the 1800s in a pile of mud and duck poop and cow poop, and he just goes away. Now, if you realize in the thing, I'm back at the restaurant saying, "Oh, I saw this." I said, "How far is that?" I theoretically had to get out of that thing and walk all the way back to the hotel alone. How did I do that? Also in the petticoat, I did not get out of that pond myself. That petticoat weighed practically 25 pounds by itself. It was now full of mud and water. It took two guys to pull me physically out of the mud. I could not stand up. And then both Melissa and I were stripped down to our little bloomers and camisoles, and they literally hosed us down before we could even go to the dressing room to begin to get cleaned up. It's disgusting. And the set medic is like, "Oh no, did you get any in your eye?" And I'm like, "My eye?" You can see Melissa flip me over on my stomach, and her hand comes around while I'm screaming and literally shoves a whole wad of mud into my mouth. So I'd like to say I'm impervious to duck poop, cow poop, mud. I can't leave that stuff there. They reuse everything in Hollywood. We know they film in the same things. The blind house, that was in the Miracle Worker when Melissa did the Miracle Worker. It was in everything. He knew this. He'd been a bonanza. He saw how many things were reused. He said, "I can't take that risk that they're going to make, a slasher film. They're going to make Porky's, 12. They're going to make something possibly pornographic or violent using the little house, using the school, using the Mercantile." He said, "I can't pay for everyone's therapy. When these sets they grew up with, I can't let that happen. I can't let bad things happen to these sets. And they've told me I got to get out. I got to get everything out of there. What am I supposed to do?" And he did. He said, "I'm not going to blow up a church. I'm not crazy, and I'm not blowing up the little house." And so those were dismantled. And then Stan Ivar, for many years, had huge chunks of the little house in his shed, in his yard, and guarded it with his life. But they blew it up. And then anything else that was left standing, any shred of anything, boom. What was it, the 2008 fire, the 2009 fire? I can't keep track of all the fires. They came through here like a prairie fire.
Alright, so that's all I've got. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see this. Again, she was honestly such a fantastic tour guide. She just made it so interesting and so much fun. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching.